How should auditors respond to requests from high-level executives to change or omit parts from their reports?
Well, what a great question in terms of the role of auditors. So my very first case as a law clerk helping whistleblowers in 1982 was an auditor and he was accused of essentially doing their job too good, finding too many problems, got fired. So this conflict between people who work in audit or compliance or have a duty within the company to report problems and retaliation is constant, because by doing their jobs aggressively, they're essentially becoming a whistleblower. And it's just part of their job. So they just do it and get whacked, or they get threatened and back off. And the rules book points to certain statistics that show that the pressure on these auditors is massive and comes often from the top of the company. So what's an auditor to do? So first off, some of the laws permit auditors and compliance people the same rights as every other worker. Although you're getting paid to find the problems, you can go to the government, you can get full protection, and you can qualify for an award. This would be the False Claims Act for government contracting and procurement, and the IRS. Although the IRS has special exceptions for accountants and other people. So it gets a little murky, but generally IRS is good and false claims is good. In regard to Dodd-Frank, corporations went nuts trying to exclude auditors from coverage. Just like the most massive lobbying thing you've ever seen in your life. I'd say 10,000 companies signed on to attack every major corporation in the United States. All said you can't protect or award these people. Well, we now know 10 years later, they said fire them at will, but at this time they were saying, what nice people. So big lobbying job, big fight. We were very involved in that. And a compromise was reached. And it's called the 120-day rule in short. So that if you work in any compliance role, auditor, compliance official, hotline operator, you go up the chain, chair of the audit committee of the company, and you learn of wrongdoing as part of your job. So you're not the original whistleblower. You're learning it as part of your job. If the company doesn't self-report the violation within 120 days of learning of that violation, you can go and file your claims and you have full right to collect awards, protection, the works. 120 day, I call it the 120-day rule. It's the safest safe harbor. There are two exceptions. One is if there's an active cover-up going on, you can immediately go to the government, or if what is being blown the whistle on is like a major catastrophe that must be stopped immediately, like when Enron exploded, or like that recent cryptocurrency thing where a $10 billion company becomes worthless overnight. If you're looking at a mega fraud that's about to explode, you can go. But the safest thing is the 120. That was a compromise. It seems to be working very well.